Hello there, and a very warm and extremely sunny welcome from the south of France to this week's YouTube presentation, with a little piece about schools and children this week. As soon as you decided to move to France, and even before you started looking at areas and properties in which to settle, it's really important when you have children to get them involved, I think, from day one. You're taking a big and exciting step, and you need to have your children involved with your plans right at the beginning. If you include them in all your research and make sure you answer all their questions as truthfully as you can, you'll find you warm to your new country, to France, as a family unit. Now, the good news is that the French state education system is really an excellent one. The school system here is divided into nursery school, which is the École Maternelle. Then you have the primary school, École Primaire, and then secondary school. The majority of French educated children continue their education beyond the age of 16. There are plenty of wonderful universities here too. Make sure you visit any proposed schools that your children will move to before you come to France and before they start their education, obviously. As a general rule of thumb, you'll find that the younger your child is, the easier the transition will be. You know, a child of 6 or under will quickly learn the French language without any accent, and will, in quite a short time, adopt their new identity with great ease. You will need to brush up on your French, of course, or you might find you can't even keep up with them, or even worse still, being corrected by your little one. And children over 6 are likely to attain a dual identity, but they'll still settle in pretty quickly in France, and again will learn the language very easily. Older children and teenagers may take a little time to adapt, depending, of course, on their character, but involving them in local activities, sports, clubs, and all the rest of it, and encouraging them to invite their new friends around will help them settle in as well as helping you settle in. So a few tips on helping your children to adapt to their new French lifestyle. As I say, discuss all your plans fully with them right at the start. Give them plenty of time to get used to the idea of moving to France and how excited you are at this opportunity. If you're excited about it, the chances are they'll catch that off you. Once you are in France, try to keep to a similar routine so that your children feel comfortable and familiar. This way, they're much more likely to adapt to any changes. Of course, there will be changes. Do your research in advance of moving. Show them pictures of where you're going. Tell them all about the area. Do a little bit of history and a little bit of homework there. And ask them for their opinion too. Listen to their views. You don't have to actually abide by them, of course, but the key here really is to help them be involved and help them realise that their feelings are catered for too. Once you're in France as well, get involved with as much as you can in the school that they're in and in school activities. Encourage liaisons with their friends. Get French TV, you'll learn a lot too, and give them the feeling that you are all in this together. That's, I think, really important. If you think of it as a sort of adventure, children love that. Children, the younger you are, the more adaptable you are, and they'll respond much more easily than adults, the chances are, to their new experience, as well as feeling comforted by having a strong family unit. I always think good communication at family level is really, really important and will stand you and your children in very good stead. And you'll be ready for any days when there are homesickness or your child says they don't want to be there anymore. But if you stick with it, you'll find that the more familiar your life in France becomes and the more you emphasize on the positives of the new life, then the more likely they are to embrace it. And wait till you visit the UK again, and you'll find that your children speak much better French than their friends in the UK, and you'll be very proud of them. Well, that's really it for this week. I know it's still summer, but I know from experience with my little children at school, you have to think ahead a little bit to the autumn when the school starts again. I do hope you're having a lovely summer. It's beautiful here, and hope it continues that way. Please continue to send your comments and questions. We're always happy to help you out with anything you want to know about. And I'll speak to you again soon. Bye-bye.